My beautiful stars, reading time. I want to go for this deck first. I want to see main collective. What is your main focus today? What's going on here? Okay. Why do I feel there's stress over an apology? Maybe there's a ghosting involved here. Okay, breakup, that's what I'm feeling. Okay. Feel the right collective. It could be a broken marriage, or a, like a very hard breakup. Maybe you guys live together, really building a strong foundation. But the right collective, you've got an apology on your mind at the moment. Secrets, so there's certain things that haven't been spoken. Like I said, I'm feeling a bit of ignition with this apology. I don't think you've received it. I think this is something you're craving. There's clearly a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe a separation came out of nowhere. Chaos. It feels like a storm. Okay, so the right collective, you'd be quite overwhelmed. I want one more for your top row. Maybe you're feeling quite tempted to reach out and speak to this person. Why do I feel this collective? It's like you're trying to stay firm in no contact. That's what I'm hearing, but doesn't mean you're not tempted right now. I think you're trying to stay strong. Aww. It feels like you're going through a dark night of the soul. Heavy. Let's see what's going on here. Hold on, I'm going to get these little black cards. This is some intense emotion. Alright, what's happening in this connection, please? I feel this collective, you feel a little bit betrayed. I just want to, before we get into this, for the right collective, from what I can feel, this has been inflicted on you, right? And I just, if this person's not giving you clear answers and they're choosing, like I'm going back to that ghosting card, this person is clearly not validating how you're feeling right now and not giving you, I feel a real lack of compassion when it comes towards the right collective. So I'm not here to tell anyone what to do, but I wouldn't be reaching out right now. If this person is the one that's inflicted this heartbreak and you know there's things in the background that they're choosing not to talk about, you sending a message or you reaching out, it isn't going to change this person's perspective. That's something that they need to come to terms with. Just from what I can feel at the moment, just try and stay strong, okay? When someone's got a perception or an outlook in their mind, there's not one word that you can say to change that. That needs to come from self-realization. That needs to change. Sign, phone call. That needs to come as hard as it is, and as much as it's making you feel overwhelmed in the soul, it's just going to hurt you more, okay? Yeah, the universe is saying try to keep a positive mindset. And I feel the right collective, you have been trying to keep a positive mindset. When we've got a dark night of the soul coming over us, it's illuminating our shadow and our temptations in life. And if part of your shadow is codependence or that, you know, anxious to solve issues at hand when they're not ready to be solved, abandonment, whatever it is, your shadow is being activated right now because the universe wants you to confront it and overcome it. I always say, whatever ignites emotionally, it's things that hold us back, and just be stronger than that magnetic pull is what I'm hearing, okay? And also, this also falls for energetic chasing too, like just you not picking up the phone. Yes, that's stopping the chasing in the physical, But emotionally, you've got to try and change your outlook on this, because I feel energetically this person is consuming your mind right now. Okay, you don't want to be checking profiles or like, just try your hardest. I know it's intense, but try your hardest to try and shift your projection and your own perspective right now as well. But keep a positive mindset, gratitude, bliss, manifest exactly what you need and desire. There could be a lot of, I'm hearing financial interference here as well, especially if you did share a home and you guys were financially dependent on one another. I'm hearing that for a reason as well. And that can be quite overwhelming on top of a heartbreak when certain financial things get illuminated as well. It can create even more attachment to the person. Maybe this has come around few times. This is my 50-50. And this is also a card of self-sabotage. And just keep going back to that temptation. Just stay strong. Sabotage, rebuilding, integration, repetitive, persistent, working on it. So maybe this right collective, you kind of feel the rug was pulled out from underneath you, but I feel also for the right collective, this connection was still clearly starting to get cracks, but maybe you were choosing not to really pay attention to the warning signs. This card's about working on it, and I just need to make this clear. With this kind of energy, you might feel you want to work on it, but there is no trust here right now, which means even if this person popped up as you're watching this, there's no trust. You'd be walking on eggshells trying to get this person to stay, so you'd be masking your emotion, and the littlest thing they do to activate that distrust, another version of you would come out. There's clearly a lot of damage here. That's too many. Let's just get these. Yeah, your chasing energy is being activated. There's a reason we say everything. It's your codependence right now, and I'm sure it's the last thing you want to hear from me, but this magnetic pull, the universe through your shadow is trying to illuminate your fear of abandonment here, your codependence. Again, this is what your soul is really putting out right now, right? This is your energy, okay? Which again means this person does not make you feel good. So maybe you just need to ask yourself, I'm not saying this to upset this collective, you're clearly craving union here, but look what this person's done. Do you think maybe your abandonment and codependence is overtaking maybe your self-worth and self-love? I will break it all down, but clearly this person doesn't make you feel good at the moment. Yeah, self-indulgence with mirror work. As I was seeing this, I felt this was quite recent, but having ascending here and self-indulgence with mirror work, if this has come out of nowhere, the universe is trying to illuminate what's still holding you back in your heart space, okay? Just transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase. With self-indulgence, focus on your self-worth, as we just said that. It's time to heal shadow work, more self-appreciation. They're activating this for a reason. And clearly the person connected to you, you really reflect some of the same wounding. And when we reflect some of the same wounding, but we're not really the most self-aware about it, we take each other's shadow personally, and it can become quite a triggering, argumentative connection, okay? And another thing I say, and I will tap in to see if this person's going through a healing journey themselves. When it comes to any kind of connection, even friendships and family, if you're healing and other people are choosing to just stay in their energy and the mundane, you don't align with these people. It's like you're literally on different wavelengths, right? When it comes to being in love with someone, if you've got one person wanting to be better and one person wanting to change, and this other person's like, take me as I am, this is who I am, you will never, this person choosing to heal you, become too self-sacrificing. You become way too compassionate to their needs, and you're so self-aware of what they need. You understand when their vulnerabilities are coming up. You literally do. You lose yourself. Sign. Look at that sense of it. I say everything happens for a reason. Just the phone calls coming through this. Sign. What was I saying? The healing. Doesn't work in relationships if you've just got one person wanting to be better. Okay. Wow. There's a lot of positive cards here, I'm not going to lie. It's just this that's upsetting me for this collective, and I think that's why I'm trying to give some tough love. I'm not saying this person doesn't care. Like I said, I haven't tapped into them. But from where the collective is right now, they don't make you feel good. It's very relevant. So even with keeping a positive mindset, ascending, self-indulgence, mirror work, endings bring new beginnings. Like, there is a transition here. But this... that's not good. There it is, golden mirror. Right now in your trigger point, you start to think this is one-sided. This person's self-absorbed. Was it ever real? So again, even though you have this temptation to call them, it's your programming, it's your shadow of your abandonment, right? It's like your subconscious programming thinks you're going to feel so at ease if this all just solves itself. If we just have this conversation and they respond to my message and they give me an apology, everything's going to be okay. No, your deep inset soul, now when you get triggered and your shadow's coming up, instead of just really reflecting on you and what you deserve, your true needs and wants and your values, right? You get straight into the, even though you want to chase them, but they're self-absorbed, they're this, they're that. So you've got so much anger internally, but it's like you still want this to fix. It doesn't make sense. It shows your trauma. That's what the universe is trying to illuminate in you. It's like, even though there's still this, it's like you still want to chase them. Okay? It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Like, these are just a lot of... this connection clearly made you go through self-reflection, and I'm not saying you're not healing from it, but your trigger point, even with this, you still get to the point you're very tempted by this person. For the right collective, don't make it fit. Ascending, snake. So there is something in the background here. And maybe that's your mind frame. You think that I heard betrayal for a reason, and you think, oh, that's what's stopping this. They'll get over that, they'll come back, but they've betrayed you. The right collective, you know there's something not right here. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman, the other man. I just need to say, I'm trying to bite my tongue, but I'm going to say it. It's pumping through my mind. I'm just trying to word this right. The right collective, I think you know there's been deceit and dishonesty, and there's been another energy involved that maybe this person's not being honest with, right? But you still want this person back. You need to be so... Are you loving yourself right now? Do you really think that this person coming in with one conversation or an apology is going to fix the damage? There is real broken trust for the right collective. That doesn't change with one phone call or one message. Separation. You're meant to go through self-indulgence because of this separation, but you are sadness, missing you, thinking about you, unsure of the future. I think because this happened so shockingly for the right collective, it really is. It's a lack of closure. Your abandonment's been triggered here, but it's like you're not... I just don't think the right collective's seeing the situation completely clearly right now. Okay. Let's finish with this. Let's see where this reading leads us. Alright, breakup. Red flag. So you know. Remember, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm it. So everything that's come out of my mouth, you've had a moment of thinking this. You are not your trauma. Remember that. When this temptation and this pull and this anxiety, you need to be strong and tell yourself, this is my abandonment. This is the lack of closure. I'm better and I'm stronger than this. Okay? You know, the reason, and I talk about walking through the fire all the time, and I say as well, it's not that life gets easier, it's we get better. Your healing journey doesn't mean emotion's going to disappear. That's not what healing is. It's learning how to deal with that emotion with a different outlook and a more centered place, okay? It's learning that you are stronger than your emotion. It's learning that what your brain tells you makes you feel anxious, and you've got to keep walking through it to teach your brain this isn't as bad as it feels. And whenever ignition of this comes up, it can last a day or two, but you simmer down and you get a clearer perspective. But the thing with people that have these traumas, as soon as it comes up, you need to act instead of learning patience and to ride the wave of the emotion. So because it comes over you, and you guys, before you start healing, you react on that sense of urgency, that emotional trigger within, you're not learning and you're not training your mind that within a couple days this is going to go away. In a couple days this will go away. I'm not going to act on impulse. I'm not going to act on impulse, right? And then at the start, yes, it'll go away in a couple days and you might be settled for a day or two, and then it'll come back. It's like a roller coaster, but over time it gets progressively longer before the ignition comes up. Hopefully this is making sense. It's making sense in my mind. You have to teach your brain you are not your trauma. But you need to learn to ride the wave of emotion. That's what starts to heal you. Again, healing doesn't mean you're never going to feel anxiety, and that's not it at all. You just learn how to overcome it in a clearer state of being and a centered place. You could have the love of your life by your side, the most successful career, everything you ever wanted. Emotion's still going to come. That's life, okay? Just remember, it's not that life gets easier. We get better, but we need to walk through it to get better. Don't fall into the temptation right now. The right collective, you know there's red flags all over this, okay? Your shadow's being activated for a reason. I need you to break free from something, okay? I'm sorry. Okay, it could have activated with a very vivid dream. I do say some dreams, you can wake up and just be an emotional mess. Maybe you had a very vivid dream. And I also see this card of daydreaming. I think this does come over your mind quite a bit. And this could feel like it would be a dream come true if this you receive this, but that's not going to fix this. I need to make it clear. This isn't going to just fix by a declaration of love. All right? There's too much damage. You can see it. Secrets. You got marriage and divorce. Maybe this person was in a relationship. Maybe it wasn't you guys that were married. Maybe you found out this person was married or had a connection. You did get the snake. Okay. This is either there's a secret affecting your marriage, or this person kind of hid about a marriage, or maybe they really downplayed, maybe they said they were separating, or maybe you didn't realize, maybe this person was fibbing a little bit. Okay, but I do need to say, because I keep seeing that malicious look over your shoulder snake, if you were dating someone that was married or in a long-term connection, you shouldn't be looking at them as the snake. Let's be real. In the no judgment, I deal with a lot of it in the twin flame community. A lot of you guys come from marriages and there's betrayal. Like, I get it. I'm not judging. Love is love. But this collective, if you're connected to someone and they've been in a long-term connection and it's because of this person's words that made you believe they were leaving, or this person was really degrading this past person, that anger shouldn't be at the snake malicious, it should be at your person. Sorry, I have to say it, it's come to my mind. Because whoever this person's connected to, if that's the case, that poor person's going through the same thing. We've got one problem here, the person that's playing with both of you. I just have to make that clear. I find it's very easy, especially women. It's like you go straight away and attack the other woman. What about the person that caused the chaos? But anyway, you're avoiding how bad this makes you feel. And you could think that they're avoiding the chaos, but you and your odd right, and I talk about projection, it's like this has made you feel, but you still just think, oh, it's okay, we'll get back together, we're ascending, we're transcending obstacles. You're avoiding what's really been done, all right? Sorry, this is going to be a triggering message. I always say readings like this, people don't want to hear, but these are the ones you need to hear. We lost that part. So we got masculine, and your last card was fear, and I said this collective, you clearly... So, underneath temptation DNA upgrade, I said you're upgrading, but you need to walk through the emotion to be able to upgrade it. Then underneath your dark night of the soul, fear came out. And I said to you guys that fear holds us all back. And this collective, you get illuminated with fear when things are out of your control. You have that anxious to please, anxious to fix, that problem-solving energy. Some things you don't have control of the timing of. The universe is wanting you to heal this. This is what's being illuminated in your shadow right now, okay? Then I wanted to confirm how the universe is actually seeing this connection, because reading that, I felt like, gosh, your person... I think they're just a little bit of a lie, pants on fire sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. And then we got the masculine energy sun with third-party interference. So this would be a pattern for them. Sorry, I have to say it, which means a person you're connected to would struggle with heaps of insecurities. They love to get an ego massage. They love flattery. They love smoke being blown up their ass. So, unfortunately, people that struggle with deep-set insecurities and get a bit of an ego boost, words of affirmation, a little bit of flattery. Loyalty's a hard one. And that's not your fault. That's something this person needs to work on. They clearly love the validation from others. Anyway, universally, they're saying ego, pride is in the way here. This person, another person's involved, other people's influence, a love triangle. It's like this person loves the attention. I'm going to be honest, this is a very specific collective. But the universe, the time has come. This was all, everything that's happening right now, it's divine intervention. And I need to say you guys, because like I said, we all repeat cycles. So this person's bit of shady behavior, it clearly repeats in their life. But this collective, do you find you always align with people that you feel like an option? You don't feel like a priority. It has to be like a hidden love. Like, you need to ask yourself these things. Because until we heal things, we keep bringing in the same shit. Different vessel, different meat suit. Okay? Yeah, now is not the time for anything. That's nice. But it does need to develop over time. No one in this world, reader, friendship, familyship, no one can tell you who to love. Okay, if you love this person, you love this person even with this shit. Okay, that's your choice. But the universe is saying, if you do want this, it's not the time. This needs to age, this needs to develop. Okay, you don't need anyone in this world to confirm if you're a soulmate, if you're a divine, if you're a twin flame. It's your own internal knowing. It's your own belief. What you deem to be real is your reality. And it's just that plain and simple. If you love them, you love them. But now's not the time, is all I'm saying. So if you choose to keep loving this person, you choose that baggage that comes with it until it heals. The good stuff, finesse, this needs to alchemize, it needs to transform. It would never work right now. But it is ripening and it does have potential to age well. Okay? But this person's a mess. And you don't need that mess. Not right now anyway. This now is not the time. It's in the middle of a season. So you're not at the start, you're not at the end. You're smack bang in the middle. There's some more shit to overcome. Okay? I'm going to be honest. So if you're going to choose to hold your heart space off, you're going to choose to be waiting quite a while longer. You're only smack bang in the middle of your season. So go back to how long this has been going on for, because you're only halfway there. Just saying. Sun. Good. That's good. 50-50, things are starting to become fluid. Okay, so again, halfway there. All right, but I think this collective, just how much this person's bound to their ego, I think you still have a bit of your ego and pride to work through. You haven't won. And it's, you know, I do think that the right collective, you feel like you love this person through the depths of your soul, but there's far greater things and things that are being illuminated in your shadow that makes you feel like you love them to the depths of your soul. Okay, we're still at the point you love this person more than you love yourself, even after what's been done here, and that it's just a little bit sad. So everything happens in layers, and again, you have to walk through the fire. But I think the right collective, and I'm not saying this to upset anyone, I'm just being truthful. It feels from seeing this, unfortunately, you're going to be loving this person more than you love yourself for a little bit longer. The penny hasn't dropped here, how much they've really broken you. And it's, you know, but that's part of the healing journey. Okay. So whatever this third party energy is, again, it's come from up above. There's something igniting here right now with this third party energy that you cannot interfere with. That is something this person needs to get through. There's something here very messy that needs to be healed. All right, what's the time come from? What is it? Yes, the time has come. Time to focus on you and your ambition and your success and your own achievements. This was distracting you from your path in life, was weighing you down too much. You've got this here. The time has come for this. Maybe you have been focused. This is also, I didn't even read it, combination of effort, completion, abundance, fulfillment, focusing on your own needs, truth. Move on from again, I'm not telling you who to love, but just right now, I would be focusing on this. They're trying to give you a green light with something to do with your achievements. Okay, focus on that. Put all of that unnecessary stress into this, because watch what happens there. They don't deserve your energy right now. Something developing beautiful when it comes to your abundant path. This is about your connection, and this is smack bang in the middle. So there's something here. Maybe you're one of my collectives. Love just consumes you. When you're in love, everything else goes out the window. Okay, you get overwhelmed in love, you take a day off. You know, you lavish your love on this one person, and friendships and daily routine and family goes out the window. Maybe you're someone that when you're in love, you adapt everything to your partner's needs and wants, and you just start to fade away. Your sparkle starts to diminish. For your career to be smack bang in the middle of how the universe... This is a far greater lesson than just learning lessons in love. It's learning your greatness and learning that you should never just make your whole world about one person, because then this shit happens, these random bloody towers, and the rug gets pulled, and it's the end of the world because you got no one to turn to, no passion to turn to. This collective, you clearly have something that ignites passion that you've put a lot of effort into. Focus on that. It's a lesson here. Don't let this person control your heart space. And like I said, it'll come in time. It'll come in time. I get it. I don't want you to feel like I'm like, oh. It'll just happen naturally. But the universe is trying to give you a bit of an escape here when it comes to something you put a lot of effort into already. Okay? Yeah, now is middle season. This person, stalemate. They're not budging. So again, no amount of stress, no amount of words, no amount of nothing is going to make this person change this. Right now, when it comes to you, standoff. Non-committal, they're holding out. There's delays here for a reason. Blocked. So this person could have been that childish and blocked you. Clearly, can I tell you right now, and I say it all the time, anyone that loves that block button when it comes to personal relationships, you don't know how to deal with emotion. And I know that's triggering. Oh, it's to save my sanity. No, you just don't know how to deal with your ignited emotion. So you block them out of sight, out of mind. If this person's done that to you, they are not emotionally equipped, okay? And who wants a non-emotionally equipped person in their life, especially when it comes to love? Child. Refusing to compromise. Why would you want? They're making you feel like you're in competition with someone. That snake, because of their own needs, because they love the attention, because they've just embedded with insecurities. It's like this person kind of gets off on everyone kind of like, it's just, you deserve better. So in the middle of this, you're nowhere near the finish line when it comes to this. I'm gonna be honest. Remember, this is universe's perspective. Wow, okay. If you do have patience, and if you guys both get on the same page with healing and reprogram some things here and really tap into your values and principles in life, okay, this person clearly needs a better moral compass, sorry, but if you guys can create structure and, you know, really get on the same page, it could eventually, if you want to wait that long, turn into marriage. It could. But they're saying that's your final row, and they're saying if you really want this, it's going to take time. So trust us. Release, focus on you, what you've got control of, because God, we're about to make you happy in that area. But if you keep on focusing on the things that make you feel this storm, part one, that's what you're creating for yourself. We are the creator of our reality. If people want to admit that or not, that also tends to trigger people. Okay. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's see what this person, how they're actually feeling about this. Oh God. Oh God. Let's just see their emotion right now. Let's see if there's any kind of empathy, at least, for what they've done. So right now, emotionally, they're focusing on their abundance. So they're focusing on what makes them happy. And it could be external pentacles, but I always say abundance starts from within. So mind, body, and soul, they could be feeling abundant right now. Okay. They've got gratitude. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this is... Let's take you out of it. Like, for this person as a person, okay... If this is their main focus in life right now, I'm not going to lie, that's quite nice energy. They're focusing on abundance. They're focusing on gratitude and positivity. And again, I know this is gonna, I feel this has come to give the right collective a bit of strength here. They think they're balancing their life right now, okay? I wanted to get these to see if they've got any guilt or remorse for what they've done. And I'm just going to be honest with this. I hope this gives you strength, the right collective. You might not be able to watch it. Maybe this is something you have to save and come and watch at a later date because you are really ignited. But I'm just going to be completely transparent with you guys. They're not feeling the storm you're feeling, okay? I'm going to be honest. This person thinks that they're kind of on the up and up in life right now, okay? Adversity, maybe, again, people pleaser. They love opinions. Maybe they're mentally materialistic as well. They love to be kind of... I just think this person loves admiration from other people, and it's because of, it's the other people's attention, and it's because of their insecurities. And I'm going to say this as well because I'm hearing it. I say 90+% of relationships fall apart because of financial constraints and grievances. Financial burdens can really affect connections after a long period of time, right? I'm hearing this for a reason. I don't know if this person has memories of you kind of snapping at them and just wanting them to make more money. Maybe this person, it's coming to my mind, not that you're going to want to make this reading fit, but I just feel, one, they like to kind of present a lot than they really are, and two, I feel maybe as a spouse there was a little bit of critical nature over them and their path, and maybe they didn't bring much money into the home. Whatever the case, I'm hearing it. I'm ripping off the Band-Aid for the right collective. I'm ripping off the Band-Aid. I think right now they're thanking their lucky stars about this. They've got gratitude for this ending. It's part of the process. Like I said, this is in the middle of a... It makes sense with why I feel this person's angry at you. Okay? They're still stalemate. And they're only halfway there. And right now, they're still in the perspective they made the right decision. I'm going to be honest. Okay? And it's just because I love you guys, I'm being honest. True, because I hate you guys holding out your heart space for... All I'm trying to say is right now, what we're about to get out of their energy, it ain't going to be nice. Okay, so I don't think we're going to have many positive cards come out because they're in their middle of the season of, unfortunately, angry at you. Okay, at the moment, they have gratitude. This has ended. I'm ripping off the Band-Aid. They're in acceptance. Balancing their health. They probably feel they're lighter. And, okay, if you really struggle with abandonment issues, codependency, you'd be a very critical spouse because you would just know... I'm saying this because I love you guys. I don't think you appreciate or appreciated the sanctity of happiness, and love for us is a topping in life. It's not the be all and end all. And when we are very critical and we notice all the little details, should have a better job, don't eat like this, why do you do that, why do you do this, why do you do that, it's coming from a very imbalanced place in your heart and your soul. I feel this person felt very drained by this connection in the nicest way, okay? They're feeling their mental health and their health, everything's starting to balance because of this. Walk away. So this forgiveness you're craving, it's not coming right now, all right? This is going to be a very confronting message. I just quickly want to see their perception on this, on how they actually view this separation and why it happened. Very burdensome. Oh my god, oh my god. I always say you can't help someone's perception, but where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't think this person felt like a priority in your life. I think they lost their self-worth here. They started to feel they were undervaluing themselves. They were working too hard here for this connection. I feel they felt it wasn't reciprocated. Every time they wanted to stand up for themselves or try and voice things, I think you weren't taking it that seriously, okay? Like I said at the start, there was cracks starting to show here, but you were just, it's like what they were trying to tell you subconsciously, it's like you weren't listening. Like I feel this person tried to voice their unhappiness for a while, but there was no changes. You weren't learning. It was just bad news after bad news, constantly feeling like they weren't good enough and underachieving. Maybe you said you don't like goals, you don't have this. It's like, it's reminding me of a connection that you thought you could change this person through words. That's not love. True love, we are inspired to be the best version of ourselves for our partner because we want to be that by standing by their side. In this person's mind, and again, you can't help how someone feels. You didn't appreciate them. You didn't appreciate the things they did put on the table. It's like you were always delegating, do this, do that. I'm seeing the yes boss. It's like they viewed you as this authoritarian, like you were just, they felt more like your child than they did your spouse, all right? I think this is hard for me to tell this collective. I think they saw you as their internal conflicts. I think it was, I feel since this, them walking away, it's like it's restored their peace. I saw this as very unstable. One more. This is it makes sense, like I said, because they're in the middle of just kind of like, towards you. You can see this is what their brain's telling them. And this is why they're standoffish. This is why they're non-committal. This is why you think it's because they're a cheater, they're this, they're that. Unfortunately, this person, oh my God, this is hard. I'm going to say it. They felt miserable. Okay. They felt miserable. I think they thought that they gave you emotion. I don't think you ever appreciated their emotion. I think that they, again, in their mind, they're doing no wrong here. And I could feel their energy at the beginning. Don't, watch this whole reading. I can see their wrongs. But in their mind right now, again, lack of self-awareness and accountability. They thought they were warm-hearted, emotionally balanced. They gave you everything that you needed. They understood you. They were always there for you. And, sorry, but this person, victim mentality. Oh, gosh. This was lacking direction in their mind. I think they felt stuck. I think they saw you as a little bit ruthless, very controlling. I think this person, it's like they weren't allowed to do what they wanted. think that's the biggest thing. I think this person just felt controlled. Tower. Oh, revelation, sudden change. This was destroyed, wiped out, upheaval. There could have been a divorce, but in their mind, they spoke to you. They let you know how they were feeling. You chose not to listen. They're giving themselves excuses in the mind for why they've chosen what they've chosen. And unfortunately, those excuses are that you were just not the best spouse, all right? And again, I'm not saying this is right. This is what they're telling themselves to stay away. And unfortunately, this is probably what they're telling the people around them, okay? And the people around them hearing this, of course, they're going to validate them and say, yeah, you made the right decision. This person seems like this. Stay away, stay away. I always say this. People in the midst of emotion, without us knowing, right? Because we want validation for our actions. We manipulate the situation. And am I saying you're not this at all? There clearly is some truth to it. Do I think it's exaggerated? Yes. And do I think if you were this kind of version, wouldn't have just been from your trauma? This would have been, a lot of their behavior would have activated these things in you as well. So I'm not like, I'm definitely not taking sides. I'm just trying to show you why their mind is so stuck with you. Okay? Because in their mind, you right now, unfortunately, toxic. Okay? Just being honest. So the last thing you want to do is fall into the temptation of calling them and it's just going to backfire. Salem rang a bell. Within a couple weeks, this, I think for you, felt like it came out of nowhere. I think they were stewing on this for a few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, a month. They were reevaluating their plans. They just started, especially if someone else did come into their life and this other person was making them feel seen and happy, they started being even more observant of your critical, controlling nature, okay? But within a few weeks, this person was like, see you the F later, I'm out of here, okay? And I don't think this person's looked back since. That again, thinking, walking away, and that's how they're feeling right now. They feel since they've left this, they're feeling tranquil, they're feeling harmonious, there's purpose around it. Like, and again, that's not your fault, but it confirms the emotion cards. They're finally starting to feel imbalance in their life. So because they're feeling balance, of course they're blaming you for the stresses that were here. I ain't gonna lie, I always say that magician is a bit of a trickster, and I think this person again is believing a lot of their own manipulation right now. And I will also say that's a card of influence, so there was people's opinion, especially if they're describing themselves as a King of Cups. I did everything for this person, I was this, I was that, I tried, I spoke, I this, I got what, like these persons like put themselves in an ivory tower here. But once they chose to make their mind up here, that was it. I feel they're very stubborn and they've got their feet firmly planted in cement when it comes to you at the moment, okay? And again, I hope this just gives you strength to not reach out, because if you did reach out right now, it's like, it's just, this person is so kind of off your energy right now that it would just push them away more, okay? And it would validate, it's like in an odd way, it's just adding to the ego massage and validation. Stay strong. That's my advice. I don't want to read this person anymore. We've had enough. I want to get to you guys, what the universe wants you to know. I think you guys need some positivity right now and some love. What do they want you to... Defensiveness. Stop trying to explain yourself. Stop trying to persuade And especially with this person, if you're trying to persuade and be like, this is how I feel, how could you do this, how could you do that, you've got to remember, in their mind, you've destroyed their worth, right? You've demasculated them, right? So if you feel there's no compromise on your emotion, this person feels there's no compromise on their emotion. So we've got two bulls at a gate right now, okay? There is no words you can say to change that outlook right now. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered, hear someone, I would just stay away, hear someone out, and then offer a clear non-defensive response. This is true. The only reason you're holding on, it's an outdated belief on yourself. Surrender to outdated beliefs on yourself. Let go of you deserve better than this. Let go of limiting ideas of yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in life. Truth. Unhealthy right now. Unhealthy. Surrender to unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that do not serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. It's really sad because this collective, you're seeing this person as one-sided, they're a narcissist, they're this. But in their mind, it's like they just feel like they've escaped a tornado. So their behavior to you makes you think it was all not real and this and that. But in their mind, they're literally blaming you. And that's why they're shutting down. So this person's so self-unaware that they can't come to an understanding that there's two parties at fault. Okay. And because they have this belief of you, they would be treating you horribly right now because they feel that they've been treated horribly for so long. They feel like they lost themselves for so long. So it's kind of that scorpion energy. You stung them, they're going to make sure to sting you back 10, 20 times worse right now. My advice for the right collective, stay away. And then, because all it does is create negative thinking in you. I just hope, even if it's one person that this connects to, this gives you strength to get outside of your bubble of this is going to fix in it. This is, like I said, no one can tell you what to love, who to love, what to love. No one can tell you. It's your emotion. But right now, very negative situation. And all it does is overwhelm you into pain, and that's not fair for you. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positivity, for we are the creator of our reality. Okay. Just want to see what the universe is preparing for you right now. And I want to say something as well, and I'm not saying this is a divine connection at all, but this is what happens in the divine community, and hopefully there are some divines watching this, that it should make you realize when someone's in avoidance, because I guarantee you, even divines watching this, and I talk about it all the time, when your person's in avoidance, they create an image of you that completely makes them like, hopefully, because everything happens for a reason. If you're staying to watch this, hopefully it gives you strength as well to be like, they're in avoidance, they're not longing, run, avail, chase, it's for a reason. When someone chooses to walk away and you think they're literally there just pining, they're not. They're not. Okay, I know there's different situations, but in generally, what's this word? Generally, when someone chooses to walk away, they've walked away. Okay, and I always say it takes years to heal this kind of stuff and bring things like this back into balance. But anyway. So they're trying to offer you a Six of Swords right now. So you overcoming hardships. You're going to become very stable. Okay. It's beautiful. We're 50-50 with it right now, but they're removing this inauthentic, broken relationship for a reason. You deserve a true Ten of Cups. Harmony, blissful relationship, emotionally filled stability, divine love. You just need... There's a reason I say every... Ace of... What the actual... You are not even going to believe these cards. So we've got Six of Swords, Ten of Cups, Ace of Coins, the Fool. Brand new story on its way for you. Within a few weeks, finally letting go of control, celebrating life, having fun. You might be feeling doom and gloom. That is unmatched. You got an Ace of Pentacles. In your energy, takes years to ground. But once that grounds, you're like, have I just been touched from the heavens? What's going on here? You deserve every beautiful thing in the world. Just focus on you. You got a Ten of Cups around you. That is my true wishes coming true. They say Nine of Cups. I say Ten of Cups. But you need to learn how to appreciate happiness, because clearly a pattern for this collective, you don't appreciate happiness. I think you're a very critical spouse and lover. They want you to heal this. See the lessons that this person provided you, especially when it comes to lack of worth and appreciation. Okay? Holy moly, Ace of Cups. Bliss, new romance, flowing emotion. This is it, joy. This is also my card of self-love and self-knowing and self-respect. This is all happening for a far greater reason than them just breaking your heart. Okay, Ace of Cups here. Get out of town. What is with your road? But you need to be more intelligent, because I promise you right now, what you were experiencing was a Ten of Cups in reverse. It wasn't upright, but because of your trauma, you were thinking this was your happy ever after, and it was imbalanced, broken, discord, inauthentic relationship, false sense of security. You were misaligned. But because of your trauma, codependence, abandonment, you were thinking this person was... It's okay, we all go through it. But they're saying you just need to be more realistic and logical right now. And also, this is my card of studying and learning more knowledge, and maybe you need to branch out a little bit. Now that you're a free bird, is there things you want to learn? Is there courses you want to take? Is there, thrive in your independence right now. When we're independent, we can do whatever we want. We've got no one to answer to, okay? But also I am hearing, and I'm not saying this to upset this collective, look what you're destined to. You're clearly a beautiful, beautiful energy that's just got a bit of trauma that can bring out some traits that you yourself know that need to heal. We've all got them. No one's perfect. But this is also to teach you to communicate. Think first before you act, which was a huge deviation here for the right collective as well. Learn to ride the wave of emotion and not fall into temptation when the ignition comes, okay? The right collective, you need to work on your communication, all right? Holy moly. Judgment with the Ace of Pentacles. From 10 of coins in reverse, I'm going to say to 10 of coins upright. So you had them both. You got 10 of cups and 10 of coins here. But from hardship, maybe financial ruin, that was a big thing. I do think everything's transitioning or will be transitioning because of this. Just not right now, but this is what's around you. You needed this. You needed a new path. You needed a new spiritual story. And like I said a couple times, you got the warning signs to walk away, but you chose not to because unfortunately you're trauma. So if you're as special as I see, of course our angels are going to blow their trumpet and remove this from you. Let it be they put another person in this person's life, or, it all happened for a reason. They were holding you back. This is meant to create a new spiritual story. Awakening, evolution, your true mission work, a rebirth, actions, decisions, renewal. Feels like shit now, but you're going to be okay. All right. And this is also my card of inheritance, family feud. Just side note. You could be having an inheritance or an influx of money coming in shortly. New beginning with rejection, turmoil, alienated, harsh condition. You should be thanking your unlucky stars you were rejected. Look what they want to give you now. Just change your outlook. Yeah, this person is making you feel like 5 of coins, but I guarantee you, if you go over the nitty-gritties like this person is about the actual connection, yeah, they're going over the nitty-gritties because I think this person's a deceitful little snake, so they're trying to validate their bad behavior by putting you down emotionally, internally. Okay, I get it. But if you went over the nitty-gritties right now, truly went over the nitty-gritties, you've been in 5 of coins for a long time. I think you were this person's mother, father. That's not love. You shouldn't have to parent someone. Like, change, breakup, yes, whatever. But you're going through a new beginning with it. You will have a new story. Okay, you're going to be very happy. Very happy. But you just don't see it yet. So as you're watching this, you got no idea in a few weeks you're going to feel better. No idea. You feel like it's the end of the world. It's not. You just can't see it. You're blinded. You're going to be okay. There's something far greater for you out there. I'm going to be honest, and I love you guys. This is smelling like a karmic. It's smelling like the catalyst, the karmic catalyst. That person you with 7, 10, 12, 15, 20 years that's been holding you back. But through this and through the coming into the separation, maybe you started delving into spirituality. Maybe you started adapting more to the universal frequency. It's like this is reminding me the pivot just before the divine truly comes in. Okay, you've opened your frequency to the right 10 of cups. This was blinding you. Okay, the more I'm reading this, especially if you're going to get over this in a few weeks, I promise you, karmic, because once the dust is settled, you're like, what was I thinking? Thank F, I'm out of here. Okay. And even back to that relationship from the universe, that fine wine and that belief system and everything changing, that could be the person on its way to you. But you needed to let go of this. And if it came in suddenly, unexpectedly, this was holding you back for far greater things than just heartbreak. Like I said, trust the divine. Because the right collective, in a few weeks, you're going to be having the time of your life. Okay? This is magic. Magic. You just don't see it. Be optimistic. I just hope I have found the right collective to give strength. It's to give you power. Okay? Look at you. You glow. Don't let this person take your sparkle away anymore. Piggy, sorry. Okay, I just want to get you an Affirmies card because let's be real, we can this person away. Sorry. I'm getting sassy. Hold on. Okay. What card do you need? Oh, that's way too many. But conquer negative. It says conquer your negative inner bitch. Okay. And then the call and it says inner bitch. Boundaries. I now pronounce you blocked and deleted. Nobody is allowed to bring negativity in your life, especially not the voice in your head. Keep that place a effing sanctuary. Okay. And we went over like blocking and I feel that's emotionally immature. Maybe you do need to block this one out. Just deny them access. Oh my God, that is you. Walking goddess. Remember who you are. Keep your standards high as F. And clearly you've got low standards if you let this person, like, because I feel they're punching. Remember who you are. Your attitude is your price tag. It shows how valuable you are. Walk like the ground beneath you is effing glowing. Let people stare at you because they've never seen a walking goddess in the flesh. How you treat yourself sets the stage for how others will treat you in return. So keep your chin up and don't you dare shed another tear for this person. They don't deserve nothing. They don't even deserve the little glimmer in your eye. Okay? Ugh. You are an effing superstar. Put that on your mirror. That you're a glowing goddess and an effing superstar. and raise your standards. And it's time for you to relax, self-care, pamper, take yourself on a little weekend away, go do something that you've been wanting to do for a very long time, but you couldn't because you had this bloody child in your life. Just remember, you got no one to answer to anymore. Go have fun. Damn, you've earned it. Recharge and rest that beautiful body. You work so effing hard, and it's easy to forget to take time to rest for yourself. Let today be the day you set aside some time to recharge and replenish your beautiful sparkle, your stardust. Just saying. Okay. I just want to get you a color card, and then I'm closing this off. That bloody took a turn, that reading. And there is a reason I said everything, and I had that moment before we grabbed your tarot, and I said, I'm a divine reader. If you have just found me, and this is a new collect, you literally just found me as you're parting ways with this long-term karmic mess, it's for a reason. Okay, you're opening up to the frequency of what you truly deserve in life. And anyone else, because my twinnies, you work in waves, you 95% of you go through this, the karmic catalyst before it happens. Write in the comments to give this right collective some support. Because that's what happens. You transition out of an absolute headache, and then poof, serendipity. You meet your true person at work, out with friends, in a coffee shop, at a petrol station. Why did I just hear that? At your bloody local grocery. It happens magically and mysteriously and serendipitously from up above. And I feel the right collective, this is what you're making room for, okay? Just saying. Colors you need in your life right now. Gray, balancing your energy points. So if you're wearing a lot of gray, I always say the colors we put on release a frequency. People don't realize the importance of colors. I say everyone should know color meanings. What you put on at the beginning of the day, you might think you're just going to it. No, you are dressing your vessel. You are dressing yourself up, right? Colors are magical. It's what you're putting out into the universe, okay? If you're wearing a lot of gray, you are telling the universe, I want to be energetically balanced. I want to come into alignment. I want to clear out my blocks. I want to clear out my trauma. Learn to scan your body and trust your emotion. Watermelon, inner child. Watermelon is you could be eating watermelon, but it's the color of your inner child. Have fun with your inner child. Now that it's bloody about to be set free, you poor thing, you lost your inner child because of this person. And then tangerine, orange, or maybe eating an orange, tangerine. Be spontaneous and have fun. Do something you would just never do. Go out, and maybe that's where you meet your person, serendipity. I always say, whatever inspired action. If you're driving and you're like, actually, I'm going to go that way home. Go that way home. Maybe you meet someone at a traffic light. If you shop at one grocery store and you think, no, I want to shop at that grocery store today, you might meet someone in the queue, okay? If you're sitting at home and it's a shitty day and then you're like, I want to go to the beach and it's raining outside, go. There might be someone walking in the rain that you're meant to meet. Trust that inspired action. It comes over you guys for a reason, okay? Say you want to go for a walk and then all of a sudden you take a normal path every day. You're like, I want to go the opposite way. You might bump into someone, okay? Trust your gut right now. Be spontaneous, okay? Because the universe is trying to align you with what you truly deserve. Just remember that. Okay, that whole reading, that was very triggering. Aligned with you, and it all fit. Right, I was about to say, a lot of initials came out. I've stopped doing initials because so many people complain and ask really stupid questions, and I don't understand how people don't understand what initials are. Anyway, these initials here, because there's only a few, could be important initials of your name, this person's name, who you're going to meet as well, okay? But we've got X, 10 days, X marks the spot, H, G, J, N, N, V. Important initials. Okay, you're protected. You got 2 protection charms here, and luck is on your side. The Eye of Ra, Eye of Horus. You could wear one of these. You could be Italian. Maybe the person you're going to meet is Italian. and it's going to come in very quickly. And again, maybe through a storm. We brought up bad weather, full moon energy, and new moon. So you got the next moon cycle is going to be very impactful for you. And if this has all happened through eclipse season, just side note, they weren't meant to be in your life in the nicest way. Like I said, I'm not here to tell anyone who they should and shouldn't love, but I feel the right collective, you are going to get past this quicker than you know. Talk better to yourself. Okay. See, someone needs to get to the beach. Opalite or opal. 5 cents transformation. 2020. Maybe this was falling apart since 2020 and you were just choosing not to go. The star of Venus, and Venus retrograde comes back on the 12th. But also you magical soul. You could be extremely magical. All right. Important dates coming up, or memories, birthdays. 6/6. 6 of the 6, portal energy. 5th of the 1st, 1st of the 5th. 8th of the 1st, 1st of the 8th. 6th of the 1st, 1st of the 6th. 6th of the 5th. 5th of the 6th. 1 by itself, destiny. 7th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 7th. All right, my loves, I love you guys. I'll have a YouTube reading up a little bit later. That one took a turn. That was clearly very specific, but I hope that found who it needed to find, and I hope you got some strength out of that message. Okay, but lots of love. I love you guys.